need to update this. Let me see. What's good, everybody? Hey, what's good, everybody? What's good, everybody? What's good, everybody? Man, I'm here at the shop, getting some work done. It is that time of the year for me to get some work done to the truck. I want to use my escrow, but the company won't let me use my escrow. Well, they're getting back in touch with me now. Let's see. Boom, boom. Manager, you asked what invoice I estimate. Cool. Yep. So basically, what we're doing now is going back and forth, sending some text messages. I'm gonna send them the phone number to the actual shop so they can go ahead and get that done. Let's see. Go on the handy dandy internet. Now, basically, what I'm gonna do is just copy and paste. Let's see. No, that ain't gonna work. All right, 843. And how was everybody too? How was your Mother's Day weekend? How was your evening last night? 9560. All right. So I went on and sent them a message to go ahead and try to get that done. You see? Yeah. Like, why you gotta clear the manager about my money though? Like, it's my money. So who? I'm the manager, right? I said that I need that money. It's my money and I need it now. Okay? It has. That's one thing that I've never quite understood. About that type of ideology, right? You can pay into an escrow or something like that, and they would say, "Hey, well, I have to run it by somebody about getting your money." What you mean you gotta run it by somebody? Dog? I am the somebody that you have to run it by. Like who else is higher than me? Crazy, man. It's crazy. What y'all think about this too? What y'all think about this right here? Oh no. What y'all think about this? I've been working on something, on some graphics. All right, we're gonna let that one be maybe an overlay. All right. But yeah, man, that's how I'm feeling right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get my stuff done and they tripping. Man. Yeah, if you're just checking in, man, this is your boy, AK Man. Hey, I appreciate it. I'm getting some work done on the truck. So I thought I'd go ahead and just chop it up with you guys for a little bit. Just go live. You know what I mean? Ain't nothing too crazy. Like, why I gotta wait on my approval for my money though? That's the thing that get me. What I'm waiting on. What am I waiting on? Made me want to lose my mind. Alright. We about to go ahead and scroll this internet right quick though. And that's for sure. You know, I got here around about what time I got here? Probably about 7:30, 7:45. It's 10:30. My driver manager doesn't get here until something after 10, right? Because he's in a different time zone. Man, we about to go through some news articles, dog.
Breaking news.
Cause that's what we do.
Hollywood, a major crash sends a dump power pole.
Gil Lavis is in Sky 5 with details. Hi, Gil.
Crash sends a dump truck into a power pole.
Gil Lavis is in Sky 5 with details. Hi, Gil.
Wow.
Hi there. It looks like quite a scene here. That's a dump truck full of dirt here. This is Clark Road at Sunset Boulevard. It looks like the truck was coming down Clark Road towards Sunset when it somehow lost control. It first hit this mail truck here, then collided with a power pole, knocking down and slicing it basically in half. And then it crashed into some parked cars in the back of the Whiskey A Go-Go here. This is at, again, Sunset and Clark. Now, we understand this happened just before 2 o'clock. The Sheriff's Department's on scene along with the Fire Department, and SoCal Edison is on scene here trying to restore power to the area. But right now we're still awaiting word on if there were any injuries or not in this crash. But you can see this heavy dump truck taking out about 4 cars in the parking lot of the Whiskey.
Boom, 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 boom. Let's run this back to from the top. So we're looking at the scene. This is the area view right here, man. And they had said, yo, this is the mail truck that they hit. And then it went off into this building. Let's run it back.
News in West Hollywood, a major crash sends a dump truck into a power pole.
Gil Lavis is in Sky 5 with details. Hi, Gil.
Hi there. It looks like quite a scene here. That's a dump truck full of dirt here. This is Clark Road at Sunset Boulevard. It looks like the truck was coming down Clark Road towards Sunset when it somehow lost control. It first hit this mail truck here, then collided with a power pole, knocking down and slicing it basically in half. And then it crashed into some parked cars in the back of the Whiskey A Go-Go here. This is at, again, Sunset and Clark. Now,
being on the damn phone.
Understand this happened just before 2 o'clock. The Sheriff's Department's on scene along with the Fire Department, and SoCal Edison is on scene here trying to restore power to the area. But right now we're still awaiting word on if there were any injuries or not in this crash. But you can see this heavy dump truck taking out about 4 cars in the parking lot of the Whiskey, and then as well before hitting this mail truck here. Again, no word on injuries at this point. That's the latest overhead up in Sky 5. I'll send it back to you in the studio.
Robert, thank you. Now to a dump truck slamming into the Whiskey A Go-Go. You can see, look at that. Several cars were involved in this accident, and there were downed power lines in the way, too. NBC4's Macy Jenkins is live in West Hollywood with more on this. Macy.
Hi, Kathy. Well, LA County Sheriff's Department says this all started with a work crew. They were putting dirt into the dump truck. The brakes gave way, causing that truck to roll into the building, and it took out a power pole in the process. Take a look at what we see tonight at 11 o'clock. Several hours after this happened, crews are still trying to repair the damage, and it looks like they have quite a few hours more of work left ahead of them.
Holy cow, it's smoking now.
Onlookers in disbelief after seeing a dump truck packed to the brim with dirt smash into the back of iconic music venue Whiskey A Go-Go in West Hollywood on Friday afternoon.
We looked up and boom!
David Lior was driving on Clark Street towards Sunset around 1:45 p.m. when he noticed the truck behind him.
I was looking in my mirror and I see the truck moving in such a fast way, and I noticed that it's completely out of control. And it was turning from side to side.
The truck smashed into 5 cars, including a USPS truck from which a mail delivery woman escaped just in the nick of time.
Wow.
Mike Shear was inside of the venue at the time preparing for Friday night's concert.
I was on the phone specifically.
You know what? But she looked like she's a hard-working woman, so she's probably going to continue working. I was going to say, please reply with a picture of the invoice or estimate so I can show the manager. Here we go.
And then all of a sudden I just heard a huge crash, and then my phone line went out.
At first, he thought it was an earthquake.
We started to hear some screaming from outside, and then I was hearing everybody's car's all effed up. And I was like, oh, great.
Another employee took this cell phone video of his car wedged between the truck and another vehicle. Incredibly, no one was injured.
We were just all very grateful. We were just thanking God that, everybody was safe inside, that nobody's inside their cars or anything like that.
Members of the band Light Dazed, disappointed to learn their highly anticipated Friday night performance would have to wait until another day.
We're actually on our way over here to perform, and we heard the news. It's a bummer, though. We're actually psyched to play tonight.
Now, ironically, the band that was supposed to be headlining tonight's show is called Boy Hits Car. Their manager told NBC4 that the performance would take place at the Roxy, which is down the street, but the Roxy also lost power because that power pole supplied the power to the entire block. So it looks like those performances, all of them scheduled for tonight, will have to take place another day. That's the very latest. Reporting live here in West Hollywood, Macy Jenkins, NBC4 News.
Okay.
A dump truck driver has plowed into the iconic Whiskey A Go-Go in West Hollywood.
Firefighters tell us 5 vehicles were involved in this crash on Sunset and Clark Street today. Eyewitness News reporter Leanne Suter joins us live from WeHo with no reaction from eyewitnesses. Leanne.
Giovanna and David, yeah, there have been some earth-shaking shows here at the Whiskey A Go-Go, but this time around, it wasn't music that moved everybody. It was a dump truck. As you can see behind me here, the scene. Crews now working on cleaning up the mess and restoring the power after that truck slammed into the building. An out-of-control dump truck crashing into the back of the iconic Whiskey A Go-Go in West Hollywood, narrowly missing drivers and pedestrians.
I was running away from it all the way from the top of the hill. This truck was chasing me, almost killing me.
We heard crazy crunching and squealing from up the hill, and we both just kind of were standing there waiting to figure out what it was, and then saw the truck go through the gates there and smash through the cars and then hit the building.
It happened just before 2 p.m. The dump truck was at a construction site at the top of Clark Street being loaded with dirt when
doing a whole lot of dumping into something. Okay, let's finish this one up though.
Investigators say it appears the brakes failed. No one was inside as it careened down the street towards busy.
Oh, the brakes failed. So, with that being said, who's in trouble? Who's liable for that? Who's liable for the brakes failing? The company or the driver? Y'all let me know down in the comments who is liable for that.
This was the terrifying moment. A truck was left dangling over the side of a bridge on I-65 in Louisville.
I'm just hanging out over the bridge. I don't want to die.
The driver trapped in the cab, calling 911, staying on the line for 18 harrowing minutes.
Can you guys please help me? I'm about to fall down from the bridge. I'm even afraid to move in the truck right now.
At one point, making a special request.
Please, if I don't survive, can you just leave the recording to my family too?
Responders rushing to set up a rescue plan.
If you can imagine, when you're on an interstate, it's a highly, highly dangerous position to set up any type of operation.
Crews used a rope system, lowering a rescuer into the cab, hooking up the driver, and lifting him to safety, all in a matter of about 30 minutes. A remarkably similar scene played out just last year in Louisville, when dozens of firefighters worked for nearly an hour to rescue the driver into the cab, hooking up the driver and lifting him to safety, all in a matter of about 30 minutes. A remarkably similar scene played out just last year in Louisville, when dozens of firefighters worked for nearly an hour to rescue the driver of this truck, dangling off a different bridge. As for the recent crash, police are investigating how the driver lost control. Rhiannon Alley, ABC News, New York.
Hold up.
This was the terrifying moment. A truck was left dangling over the side of a bridge on I-65 in Louisville.
I'm just hanging out over the bridge. I don't want to die.
The driver trapped in the cab.
I want to know what y'all doing in Louisville to drive these tractors completely off the bridge and be dangling like that. Like, what are y'all doing? Like, what's happening on those highways there? What's that? She said 65?
911, staying on the line for 18 harrowing minutes.
And I go through 65
Can you guys please help me? I'm about to fall down from the bridge. I'm even afraid to move in the truck right now.
At one point, making a special request.
Please, if I don't survive, can you just leave the recording to my family too?
Responders rushing to set up.
Hey, he done made peace with his maker. He said, hey, if Elizabeth, I'm coming to join you, honey. Leave this recording. This is my last will and testament. You make sure my brother don't get nothing. Leave everything to my dog.
Plan.
If you can imagine, when you're on an interstate, it's a highly, highly dangerous position to set up any type of operation.
Boy, I can imagine him, you know, this guy right here.
Crews used a rope system, lowering a rescuer into the cab, hooking up the driver, and lifting him to safety. All
Man, like,
matter of a
like I can imagine the out of body experience, you know, that they felt. Well, I bet you they messed their clothes up real good. Yay. Whoa. This is a different review, report of it. You know, when I see stuff like this too, I know, boy, them airlines still hooked up. Red Day, you see them airlines? Look at that. Look at them airlines. The airlines did not come loose. They didn't break. They didn't pop. Just look at that. Amazing. Still connected to the trailer. You know, sometimes when things happen like this, man, it'll make you start believing in your higher power, man. Like, yo, you're here for a reason. Like, God got you here for a reason, man. You know, you've beaten death. You've beaten death, man. Like, you were this close to your life ending, and God said, nah, not today. You got more work. Man, that's wild. Let's check out some more news. Sometimes we can live our life, man, on, and we just don't know how blessed we are.
Man, look at this scene. Caught on camera. The moments after a semi-truck carrying the highly sought-after food of eggs crashed on the interstate in Colorado. What a mess. The semi-truck reportedly swerved to avoid suddenly braking.
All right, look, eggs are way, way, way too high for y'all to be messing them up like that. That's way too many omelets gone waste. Too many cakes and pies. Somebody said that eggs was like $5-6 a carton for like a dozen.
Man, look at this scene. Caught on camera. The moments after a semi-truck carrying the highly sought-after food of eggs crashed on the interstate in Colorado. What a mess. The semi-truck reportedly swerved to avoid suddenly braking after the car in front of the driver began to stop. The driver crashed into a pole. The boxes of eggs went everywhere, scattered across the roadway. The driver fortunately only suffered minor injuries.
You know, find like a...
Man, look at this scene. Caught on camera.
Get them a case of eggs. Like, yo, bump that. No. Man, there's so many.
5 people hurt when a semi-truck carrying crude oil crashed into a home in Utah. The truck initially struck 6 cars at a nearby auto repair shop and then plowed into a utility pole, fire hydrant, and fence before hitting the home. An elderly couple and the 12-year-old boy inside were taken to the hospital. 2 people in the truck were also hospitalized. It's unclear what caused that truck to veer off the road. 5 people hurt when a semi-truck carrying crude oil crashed into a home in Utah. The truck initially struck 6 cars.
All right, so from the previous accident that happened just like this right here, or similar to this right here, they had blamed it on the brakes malfunction.
Nearby auto repair shop and then plowed into a utility pole, fire hydrant, and fence before hitting the home.
So let's just say that if it was, because we're just talking, right? If it was an autonomous truck, no driver in the truck whatsoever, and then that happened, like who's in charge of that? I would imagine somebody's going to pass the buck off. Like, if there's no driver in the truck, maybe the last person to do an inspection, that's probably what's going to end up happening, right? If there ever was a crash to take place, you know, any kind of malfunction to the equipment, I just don't see the company taking the blame and the hit for that. It's probably going to be on the person who did the inspection, the last inspection on it, to make sure everything is up to par.
An elderly couple and the 12-year-old boy inside were taken to the hospital. 2 people in the truck were also hospitalized. It's unclear what caused that truck to veer off the road.
Man.
5 people hurt when a semi...
Man, that's crazy. Next one. We got that one. We could talk about this.
Well, the rules of the road say you need to be able to read and understand the signs on the road. Well, a new law is set to mandate that for truck drivers.
THV 11's Maya Ellison found out that in a state with a big trucking industry, the new changes could have big consequences.
You know, that seems like it should be mandatory, right? That you understand English, that you can communicate. One thing I do find for myself, right, when I go to some of these shippers and receivers, you know, some of them there's a communication barrier. Like, I've been to whole facilities and nobody speaks English but the supervisor. Like, everybody's first language is something other than English. How is that possible in an English speaking country? Like, wow, that's mind blowing to me. How do you have a job? How do you have a W-2, right? How do you pay taxes and you don't speak English? Anyway.
The English language proficiency requirement has been a part of that since the 1930s.
Arkansas Trucking Association President Shannon Newton tells me the regulation has long been set under the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration. The issue is, it wasn't really enforced.
And so there are actually some Mexican CDLs that we had learned had been acquired fraudulently and were being presented.
That's when Newton and state legislators gathered to create House Bill 7.
So that's what these, and that's the thing, right? Our country really does have to do a better job at protecting its citizens, because what happens is these people come over here with that fraudulent paperwork and they want a piece of this American pie. Let's not get this thing twisted. The money in the industry is not what it used to be, but it's still a decent living, right? You're going to have to work your ass off to get it, but it's still a decent living. And when it's compared to a place like Mexico, you're rich, okay? You're upper middle class, damn near in the rich, man. You're upper class, you know. So a truck driver with American wages compared to a Mexican truck driver, right? That Mexican truck driver, he'll look at those wages, even if it is, let's just say $1 per mile, you know, 60 cents per mile, 80 cents per mile. Is way more, is 3 times more than what he's getting, 4 times more than what he's getting back home. So if he can break the rules, hey, fake license, fake ID to get in the club, they getting in the club, Jack. And America don't do a good job of checking these identifications. They just don't. They just don't. Let's go ahead and be honest, man. Your government don't do a good job of checking these paperworks and checking the ID of these foreign drivers, man. Only thing they want to do is just make sure the work gets done. Tighten up.
1945.
We could codify the federal regulation, which would allow both state police and local law enforcement to write citations for being not proficient in the English language.
Before this bill, only highway police could enforce the standard. Now, all law enforcement agencies have the authority to hold drivers accountable.
There's 100 or so different things that they look at these weigh stations. If it's deemed that a driver, he or she, may not be understanding them well, or something in that.
And y'all see this man with these earbuds in his ear. He's actually 25 years old.
Exchange gives them the indication that they're not understanding, conversing well in English.
And while it adds more on the plate of law enforcement, one truck driver I spoke to says it's well worth it.
I like it because there's some people that don't speak our language, cannot read the signs. And if they're going into a place that's dangerous and they're carrying any kind of hazmat or hazmatic material, that's endangering themselves and the public.
Along with English proficiency.
They don't need that. They don't even have to carry hazmat. Just the fact that they're operating that vehicle under unsafe conditions is enough to endanger the public. It is, you know.
Certain commercial driver license holders must possess a U.S. work authorization to operate a commercial motor vehicle in the state. Not meeting that criteria comes with a cost.
A fine. That was a $500 fine for the first offense and a $1,000 fine for any subsequent offense after that.
But the ATA says this new Arkansas bill adds to an executive order signed by President Donald Trump last month.
That announcement by President Trump actually was the solution that kind of alleviated the concerns that we had brought, which is a big win for safety, for driver advocates, and for the advancement of this policy.
That ain't enough, man. What y'all think about that? $500 first offense, $1,000 second offense. What y'all think about that? All right, so let's talk about these ports.
Well, this is the week that our reports say they're going to start to see a big drop in imports, and it's because of the president's tariffs. NBC4's Brittany Hope live in San Pedro this morning with a look at how this will ultimately impact you at home, especially when we're out shopping, right? Brittany, good morning.
Yes, good morning, everyone. So it's kind of a supply and demand thing, right? If there's less supply, less product coming into the ports because companies aren't buying as many goods from China, there's less goods, and that makes prices going up. Now, there's another perspective for that as well. There are thousands of truck drivers who live and work in our region. And we have Helen here, who is one of the port truck drivers. Helen, thank you for being with us. She's been here with us for a few hours now. You might have seen her at 5:30. I want to talk to you a little bit about your job and your fear this week, especially as those tariffs are really starting to hit at the port.
Yeah, so...
You know, Brittany, I know that you're looking good and everything, but you're out there beside the road. I wish you would have had on your PPP, your PPE as well, right? You should have took a cue from old girl because she's dressed, she's safe. when I saw her vest and I look at the where she's located, I'm like, you know what? She know what time it is. She is a professional. Brittany, the next time you're out on location and you're near a highway like that, you're near a whole bunch of motoring publics and cars and all of that, you better have on your PPE, okay? And I ain't gonna tell you no more.
Definitely the fact that no more ships are going to come in with loads, and also those ships are not taking out any loads. That means that there will be no work for us to do, and that will definitely affect us economically.
What have the conversations been like with you? Her husband's also a truck driver, but at work are we still going to have jobs? I mean, what is that like?
So definitely brings an uncertainty for everybody because we don't know what's going to happen. Definitely a lot of people are going to start losing their jobs, are going to start getting laid off. In the case for myself and my husband, there won't be any income coming in if we both get laid off.
I would like to see and hear a follow-up of this news story as well. Like, give me a follow-up.
Doesn't have work, if I don't have work, if I have another brother who's also a port truck driver, if his work goes down, so he's going to lose a job, and he has a family too. So many of us are very worried that we're going to lose a job and then we're going to be unemployed.
And this week, about a third of all the ships this month, they're expecting them to just be totally canceled. If there's less ships, that means there's less load. You get paid less? Is that how it works?
So if you get paid by the load, then definitely there's no work for you. If you get paid by the hour, then you're not going to get called in to come into work at all because there's nothing for you to do. So definitely there is going to be a loss of wages, which then entails that we're not going to be able to support our families, pay our bills. We're not going to be able to go to the store and feed our family.
Hey, one thing about it, man, she keep going back to the idea that she has a family and she needs to support that family. Her income is predicated on those containers coming in.
Buy the food. That also affects customers because we're not bringing in loads from these boats. They're not coming into the port. We're going to see less items in shelves, and we are going to see, if not the same thing was happening in COVID, if not worse.
Well, the work that you do, Helen, and your husband is so...
It's interesting that she said that. It's interesting that she mentioned COVID because what ended up happening with COVID, there was a backlog created, right? And that backlog created a slight boom in trucking, right? But the thing is about that backlog during COVID, it was over a few months, like a few month period. So it happened over, let me see. That happened over a few months, and that created a backlog that took place for 2 years. So drivers they had enough work that was influctuated because of the backlog created by COVID. But I don't think this is that though. Like, we might get a few weeks, maybe even a month or two, but nothing like that 2-year run during COVID.
So thank you, and thank you for sharing your perspective and just being open about the real impacts. But again, this week here at the Port of LA, also the neighboring Twin Port of Long Beach, those shipments from China are really expected to be slashed. Back to you guys.
Well, her name is though, because like I said, I would like to do a follow-up somehow, if that's possible. Helen, I think I'm gonna reach out to her. Let me see. I'm reaching out per Facebook too. Andrade. Sheesh. There's so many of them. Oh, that's an A. Let's go there. So that's Miami Beach. Yeah. There's so many. Like, I think that's a very common name. Right? It's just got one in Miami. Well, I got a homeboy. He is such a troll. That nigga is a troll, man. He is a troll. I'm gonna respond back to him. Alright, let's see what's next. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy promises to fix a weakened transportation system. Let's go here.
Joining us now, the Secretary of Transportation, Sean Duffy. Secretary Duffy, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it. I guess the first question I have is what's the fix for Newark Airport in the immediate future? Obviously, I know you have plans for improving the situation in the longer term, but right now there's a crisis. What can be done? What will you do?
Yeah, so a couple things. Immediately, we're in the process of bringing together all the airlines that serve Newark and putting them in a room and having a conversation about how they reduce their capacity in Newark. So if you book a flight, you know it's not going to be delayed or canceled. You're actually going to get on that flight and it's going to fly. Okay. But that's a coordination that we have to have through the FAA with all those airlines. So the Philly Tracon gives the service to Newark. They're the facility that controls that airspace. We do have some air traffic controllers in training. They've been training for some time. They're ready to come online. That'll be helpful with the shortage that we have there. But Jake, this is an infrastructure problem, right? And we've known this infrastructure problem has existed for a very long time. The last administration knew it. No one has done anything. So for Newark specifically, we're going to rebuild the communication system at Newark. I thought it was going to be 8 months, 6 months.
The truth of the matter is, air travel is expensive. Even as subsidized as it is, as many grants that it get and help from the government that it get, it's still expensive to travel by air. That is just one industry where no matter what, it's still expensive to fly by air. To travel by air.
We're pushing to do it faster.
Like if you ever try to catch a last minute flight, you're gonna pay $1,200 for that joint.
This summer we get that done, but the key is always safety, right? I don't want people to fly. I'd rather have them delayed or canceled. I'd rather have it take 6 months than 2.5 months to build out that communication system, because I want people to get from point A to point B safely. And again, if they have to wait for a flight, I'd prefer that than.
Everything about the air industry is just expensive, like everything. All right, let's see what else is. Hey, Agnes got her first truck.
Okay,
First
so
load.
it's the 23rd and paperwork is finally done. It took 2 to 3 weeks because I'm not gonna lie, this
Hey, shout out to all you aspiring owner operators. Shout out to y'all.
out my little credit card or whatever, but it's fine. It's cool. It is, what's today? Thursday. So Thursday the 24th is when I get my first.
So I am doing like your ELD. Like my company gives me like an ELD box. It's like a Wi-Fi box, honestly.
Okay.
And then they have me download this app called Motive, and this is where I'll be logging in my times and doing things like that. So just want to show y'all what it's like, what it is. Let's do this login. They're gonna call me with the login, and I think they're about to call me right now. So.
All right, guys. So let's put the decal on my truck while they work on my trailer. They fixing the vent on the back of this trailer. So I didn't tell y'all what company I went to. I went to a small company. It's a medium-sized company. They have 20 trucks. It's great pay. We got Biz Trucking. So that's cool. Let me put this on here. So sticker. I wonder which way I'm supposed to put it because
That's interesting, man.
Oh, can I take this
I
out?
wonder what.
Why is it black?
Like I wonder what's the rationale behind her going to that company, right? And that's what I always want to know. Like, why do drivers, pick this company over that company, or go with, this company versus another company? Why go with a small fleet versus a mega carrier, right? Like I always want to know that because I've never heard of this trucking company. Or at least I've never seen these stickers before anywhere.
Yeah,
This is interesting.
Cause it's like mad black on this side. Oh, the stickers are supposed to stick to this. Am I tripping? No, you ain't tripping. Are you tripping? Oh, okay. Makes sense. Making sense again. So, you gotta get.
If I were you, I probably would have looked at TikTok or YouTube to see how to place decals on the side of the truck.
They got it where everything's already cut out, I guess. You just kind of got to stick it on there. I got to figure out how to get all this off at once. All right, it's peeling. Yeah. The only place it's going to fit is like, I don't want it right here. I don't want it right here because I'm going to be putting something right here. So I was like, maybe like right here would be cool. I mean, if I did do it right here, it would be okay. Maybe I have to figure something out. Anyway, let's just get it on.
Is she going about that the right way? Y'all let me know.
Oh. Come on. Okay. So that's it. And then we'll put it like right here. And that's gonna be like Naya. It'd be cricket. Sorry, girl. What if it is cricket while I'm over here talking? I don't think it's cricket though.
You've got that corner right
It's
there.
not. Let's see. This is kind of cool though. Oh yeah. Oh, thank God.
Good for you, Agnes. That's what's up, man.
Okay, so I finished it. Hold on, let me show you.
Yeah.
I left my my stand in my other truck, but it's not crooked. I was worried, like, oh Lord. Now we just gotta do the other side. It look good right there. I gotta get all those bubbles out. I'm gonna get a card and start.
Like I said, I wonder about, why would they, why people choose,
I left my my stand.
a company like this right here that's only a few trucks, right? Like I wonder what their safety rating is. I wonder, whenever you go and pull up their numbers, what's they how what's the word that I'm looking for whenever you pull up somebody's DOT numbers. Let me see. All right. Pulls right on up.
But it's not crooked. I was worried, like, oh Lord. Now we just gotta do the other side. It look good right there. I gotta get all those bubbles out. I'm gonna get a card and start.
Power unit, 17 drivers.
You know what? Hold on, y'all.
Four crashes, 3 tows, 7. Not bad. Tell you the truth, it's not a bad company. Once you pull up their information, check them out, man. Let's see.
Look. Ta-da! That's nice. Niggle giggle, being me. Say hey.
Biz Trucking, LLC.
I got my IFTA stickers. Yeah. All right, don't do what I did. At first, I told you to get this app, but no, you need to get the driver app, obviously. So got it, logged in. This is what it's gonna look like. It's gonna say your name, things like that. Right now, I'm on off duty. Pre-trip, it's got all of this going on. Yeah. All right, guys, we made it to our first drop. Let me tell you about all the little hiccups. You know, like, some things make you miss Prime. Because Prime was, like, really, like, I'm going to say, like, easy. I don't know. Everywhere that Prime had to go, the GPS found it really easy. Ah! And these bugs, I'm sorry, y'all. Hold on real quick. I'm walking giggle. But, yeah, it was just really easy. But, I got lost. I didn't really get lost. My GPS got lost. And it took me down a road that was closed. And I had to do, like, this crazy U-turn. It was crazy. But
I'm going to tell you one thing about it, though. Whenever you get into that owner-operator things, right? You're gonna have to get you a good GPS system. Yep. You're gonna have to invest in a good GPS and know where you're going. My advice is to invest in a good GPS and definitely know your lanes. Like because you're an owner operator, you can pretty much choose where you want to go, know exactly where you're going, man.
We made it. We made it, and they are loading. I don't know what they're loading in the truck because I do drive in now, and that's a blessing. But it's some type of like building material, so that's cool. They let me walk Giggle out here, so that's also cool. But all right, pickup set. I'm on my way to Illinois. It's a nice little load. It's like a little $3 a mile load. That's always good. Drop off tomorrow. I'll be done by tonight. I'll be there by tonight. So let's go.
I was wondering when she was going to bring the music back because the music is her thing.
I look up on my windshield, like I look up into the clouds or whatever, and I see a bug, yo. It was a bug just walking, living this life, and then it flew a little bit. I panicked. I started.
I can't believe I faced you. You know your mama.
I'm gonna show y'all when I get in there.
This thing, and it's so dark inside when you're trying to back into somewhere where it's like sunlight. My truck's so beautiful.
Okay, so y'all, I just tried to see if they had a way I could just like exit around there. It's not. It's a building. It's this building. So this is what I'm working with. I had to go into that little space right there. If I wasn't like positioned so weird in the middle of this, I could see the vision. But I'm gonna have to like do a weird U-turn, but I can make it. It's definitely enough space. I feel like it's definitely enough space for me. It's just gonna take a little maneuvering to get out the middle of this damn parking lot. Let's try it. Let's do it.
That's what I would have known.
So we got a fuel card and we get like discounts or whatever. Hold on, because it's about to hit 250. I don't want to miss it. I missed it. It got to 253. But 251. But yeah, like we got a fuel card, so it just comes out of our check. Thank God for that, because I didn't want to have to put the cash on there.
Shut up, man.
Who got tolls? Indiana has tolls. Ohio has tolls. Pennsylvania obviously has tolls. I had to, like, after I left Indiana and kind of got to Ohio, I left Ohio's turnpike. I don't know. I think it's a turnpike. But I left their toll road or whatever and found a tollless road, and it added 2 hours to my my overall trip. But it's better than having to pay another $76 in tolls. So make sure you get your Easy Pass. I already told my dispatch, like,
I mean, who the heck goes out there without an Easy Pass?
They got a picture of how they want us to put the low bars in there, so.
guys.
Hey there.
Thank you, dear. If you need to spend the night in the lot, you're more than welcome to.
Okay.
All right, sweetie.
All right, you take care.
I'll be here.
Thank you.
I put the extra in another one. That way, because you paid for it, I didn't want you to have to dump a whole.
How about you try it?
You want me to try it?
Yeah, you try it.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure. I can't drink both of them.
I didn't want you to have to like pay for it all and not get the whole.
Let me know how you like it. Hey, what is up, Slime Pack
know that's
Nation? Welcome
right.
back to the channel. Welcome back to another trucking vlog. So, in today's video, I'm going to go ahead and give y'all the details of this load. Y'all know how I usually do sometimes. Give y'all the details, and then we wind back to me picking up this load. And y'all hear any noise in the background? That's that trailer running. I've already picked this load up, but we're going to rewind back to me picking up the load. All right, so y'all will be seeing me pick up a load in Springfield, Massachusetts, and I'm going to be taking it all the way to Ohio. I don't know how to say that name of Ohio. I may put it up there on the screen if I remember when I'm editing this video. This load was a total of 712 miles, paying $1,206. It's going to be a drop and hook at the pickup location and a live unload at the drop-off location. Boots or sneakers, and then if you've never been there before, you got to watch a 2-minute safety video and answer some questions at the end.
Oh, that's one of those type companies. Yeah. Whenever you're out here over the road, some of these places they'll make you watch a safety video for their premises. That's just what it is.
Y'all already know what's going on in here. If you don't know, go check out my last video. We was just in here, real time, like...
Was that New York, Connecticut?
10 hours ago. But to y'all, if you watch my channel, it should have been yesterday's video or the day before yesterday video. However I put my videos out.
Connecticut.
Another night in a hayfield till she climbed down.
Yeah, Slime Pack doing typical Slime Pack stuff. Let me see.
So that's where we at right now. But look at Starbucks over there looking so good. I don't know if y'all can see it or not. Listen, I need for y'all to hear me out. Hear me out. Let me explain. Some of y'all already know what I'm about to say. If you've been here long enough, you already know what I'm about to say. So
really,
just listen, y'all. Just hear me out. I'm up from my little nap I took. I actually slept a little bit longer than I was supposed to, but we still good. I wanted to only sleep for 2 hours, but I was in sleeper berth for 3 hours. I'm not mad because I guess my body needed those 3 hours, so I'm good with that. Now, I done traveled a little further down the road, and it's like, I need my coffee. I need me some coffee. And there ain't no Loves that's close. Definitely ain't, ain't no Pilot or no TA. All they got is these service plazas. And what do they got? A Starbucks. So it's only right that I go get coffee at the Starbucks, right? Right, y'all? Y'all get one?
Hey, that's the Northeast for you, man. Shout out to Slime. I want to see some new updated stuff. Let's go 2025. That says year 23 hours ago. Caribbean truckers. phone ringing pretty good, so I'm gonna go ahead and probably call it a day in a little bit. Oh yeah, Roadrunner Nia. She got her new truck. Getting ready for a 4-month concert tour. Okay.
Give me a run for my money. There is nobody, no one that run. So give me a run for my money.
Because there's never
Living lovely. Living lovely. Just I wanna be with you. Ay. I wanna be with you. I wanna be with you. Ay. I wanna be with you. I wanna be with you. Me just love me. If I didn't ride blade on purpose.
literally so beautiful today. Not used to really talking to drivers because before I never really tried to like go out of my way to talk to drivers and get information because, oh, if you guys hear my phone, that's another thing. These people set me up so good here, these drivers, these other BCOs, they set me up so good to the point today, my phone is going off the hook. My phone has been ringing nonstop since 5 with agents calling me for loads. So yeah, like I said, it's all about how you set it up because prior to this, I was like working with a few agents, nothing like it is now, you guys. So it's all about who you know and the information that you want to receive because these people, one thing about truckers, this is an industry where nobody tries to gatekeep or hide things, but you need to ask. So they're not just gonna give you information, but if you ask, they're gonna give it to you. So that's one thing that I've learned. Don't keep your mouth shut. If you don't know something, ask. If you want information, ask. Somebody's gonna get it. And if they don't know it, they know somebody who does. So that's basically where we're at, you guys. I'm in a very good headspace. Me and Palm have been getting lots of sun, lots of walks. We've been on the West Coast for a little bit. This load had loaded out of Pennsylvania. I don't even remember the last vlog that I did. I'm trying to think. Oh, it was a hazmat vlog, which I took down because it was a lot of stuff in there that I just, yeah. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know about doing hazmat, y'all. If I do it again, I'm gonna have to make sure. I feel like everything went wrong with that load, and it wasn't a good look. But if you watched it, you know, and if you didn't, turn your post notifications on so that you can watch videos right away. Because that was out for like a day, and then I took it down. So it hasn't been 2 weeks. I've seen a lot of comments where it's like, oh, I saw one comment that was like, this is why I don't stay subscribed to you because you don't post consistent. And I'm like, do you guys not realize I'm doing a whole full-time job? I'm working 70 plus hours in trucking. So I'm sorry if I'm not very consistent over here. I'm trying to learn Landstar's rules and loads and all of that. So bear with me, please. But
I'm with you when you're right now, okay? Like when you're working a full-time job, like when you're trucking is the top priority, then content creation, right? But she has 900,000 subs though, so yeah. She could be documenting the whole journey, the whole process. That would mean that she would probably need to update her equipment though. And how she go about filming, make it about the journey and not necessarily her.
definitely going to be doing better on loads that I can vlog for you guys. It might not be as one-on-one in the shippers and stuff as it used to because a lot of these loads, I've always respected shipper and receiver policies. I've never been the type to go into offices and stuff with my camera out, but I don't know, I'm learning a new aspect of it all, and that's basically it. I don't even know what I just said, but I did a whole lot of talking. We're walking back to the truck right now. We're gonna do a quick pre-trip, but I might get something to eat. Hopefully it's fast. I'm the only one in there, so I told them to like just change the tire and get me out of here because, yeah.
I actually want to see that the update about a 4-month tour. That is pretty interesting.
Well, my truck decided to go into a full D-rate.
Full speed.
For this concert, I just wasn't part of the tour. Now I'm actually on tour. So, yeah, we're gonna basically prep the truck and trailer. I am gonna be the only one with the Landstar trailer on the tour because normally they don't like having Landstar trailers on tour. It's supposed to, like, you're supposed to own a trailer, but this was so last minute and I had no clue that I was gonna get this opportunity. You wanna say hi to them? Say hi. Yeah, I had no clue that I was going to get this opportunity. Otherwise, I probably would have just tried buying a trailer right away, even though I've heard that it does take a while to get into Landstar systems and stuff with the trailer. But anywho, we have a lot of stuff to get done. So basically, I have my E-Track bars on the catwalk still. I need to take those off, get them in the trailer, get all my straps together. So yeah, you guys, that is what we're doing, as you saw by the title. But we are going to prepare everything for this load, or not load, but tour. I have no clue what to expect. I am super excited. And as I've talked about in the last video, this is stuff that I need to kind of not be able to, I can't share everything with you guys when it comes to certain things, but I'm obviously still going to find ways to vlog and still vlog for you guys. So yeah, basically today, I need to go to Walmart, get some lights for the trailer. Since I don't own the trailer, I don't have interior lights put in, which but I'm not even mad at it because, like I said before, I wanted to paint the frame eventually anyway. I was gonna do it like very soon, but I'm not gonna do it soon anymore because I'm going on tour. So now I'm gonna have to wait probably until after tour to do things that I want to the truck. So I want to do that. And then I also want to get a sun visor put on. I want a different front bumper. And we're back from Walmart. I'm gonna take my shoes off. Oh wait, actually, let me show you guys this too. So I got new shoes for, I literally come up with an excuse to buy new shit every time, but I've actually been doing really good with shopping. Massive pig. I'll get that and then we'll hit the road. I have like 6 hours to Arizona, and I had wanted to do that last night, but look. So yeah, and honestly, the people here are very just do, not in any rush, not in any hurry. Baby, I'm in a hurry. So, oh wait, I'm supposed to bring them the key. Shit, let me go bring them the key. Let me stop talking shit because I'm not even doing my part. But yeah, so that's lovely. If you're thinking about buying a 2026 Kenworth, I should have went Pete. I should have bought a Peterbilt. No, my Peterbilt would have never. Swear.
Man, listen.
It would have never let me down like this. If I miss this load because of this, I promise you, Kenworth, I promise you.
That would suck, ain't it?
I'm thinking about just finding a sensor. Like just finding the sensor and unplugging it because, you guys, I can't miss this load for tour, but then I have 2 weeks afterwards that I could get it fixed. So, I don't know. All I know is they're on their last thing with me because what? Okay, so they should be done soon. It ended up being a software update, something to do with the ambient temperature, or no, the outside temperature. I'm happy that this wasn't a big like deal to fix, because if I would have had to miss out on this tour, that would have been it for Kenworth, I promise you. Like I would have just, nope.
Good for you. Good for you. So Nia, she's doing fine. She's going on tour. I hope she does a real good job of documenting everything, vlogging everything, man. Alright. Hey, that's it for me, man. I'm gonna go ahead and check on out, man. So, let me know what y'all think about this vlog right here, man. Leave a comment. I'm about to go and check in on this truck, see what they're gonna do. But I'll probably end up being back in a few, you know, to go live again. So I'm gonna holler at y'all next time.